I knew I would start showing up to the condo randomly and like, let's do it, and he was like, no, I just want to talk and I want to, so I was like, you want to talk. He wants to talk to me, but he is smashing these ladies. It's the relationship that I had with my father growing up. I felt like he just wasn't as present as he could be, or he would always not come through or follow through on his promises when he said he would do something. And so that all affected me. And then boom, he died when I was 12. Now I'm just left to try to figure out this thing on my own. And so there's abandonment, there's rejection there. And as I was younger, I used to be like a tomboy per se, right? And that was because I wanted the affection of my father. I had two brothers at the time, and so they were playing football. He was their football coach. He was involved in all their activities, and I'm over here. I would try to, win his affection and his love by trying to be like a tomboy, like my brothers, like play football. I wanted to be on a football team, but all of that stemmed from my childhood, and then that transformed as I grew older, and then transformed into the relationship that everybody is interested in, where I was like studying these women. I watched their videos of them having so I would try to imitate that. I had some issues just like with the complexion of our daughter, because that was the type of woman that he would go after, and I'm not dark, like super dark skinned woman, and our daughter's like a little chocolate little princess. She has it, and I'm just like, how does she look like the women that he wants? How does she look like the women that he wants and he desires and he loves? Like, I don't understand. It's like they had her even though I carried her. Woo! They had her even though I carried her. That's what I felt like for a long time. I had to really sit down and
because her skin tone represents the type of women that he would cheat on you with.
Yes. Choose me. What is there about me? Choose me. What is there about me? Choose me. What is there about me? Our daughter even has everything that you like search for, or at least preference in a woman. It affected I feel like my ability to mother her and to nurture her and to just have that mother-daughter relationship that I always desired, but I didn't know how to get there because all this stuff was in the way.
So I want to break this down piece by piece. Listen carefully and watch all the way to the end. So when she says, choose me, he's not even choosing his own wife to sleep with. That part right there is bigger than the rest of it, because sometimes you can say, okay, I'm not paying a lot of attention to you, but I'm doing this, I'm working and all this and that. But when he is actually sleeping with all of these women, that means you have time. And when your wife is like, let's go, and you say, no, I just want to talk, but you're not talking to the rest of these women. So then she said she had a father, but didn't have her father. Think about that. She had a father, but she didn't have her father. Just like she had a husband, but didn't have a husband. So when it came to her father, he's spending more time with her other siblings, just like Derrick Jaxn is spending more time in his business and catering to the women that are following him. And now, where is Danae? Chasing Derrick around.
I would start showing up to the condo randomly and like, let's do it, and he was like, no, I just want to talk and I want to, so I was like, you want to talk. He wants to talk to me, but he is smashing these ladies.
Trying to get acceptance and love, just like she was chasing her dad around looking for acceptance and love. So now this is the integral part right here. She literally says, I became a tomboy in order for my dad to see me, for my dad to hear me. She didn't feel seen. She didn't feel heard. And her personal way of fixing this is to turn into somebody else. If you're a girly girl, you don't want to do boy stuff. You don't want to play football. You don't want to get dirty. You don't want to do tomboy stuff. This woman turned into a tomboy in order to get her dad's attention. And then she grew up and did the exact same thing with Derrick. She tried to become the thoughts or whoever he was messing with in order to get his attention.
Deeper Discussion card game is meant to give you and other players deep understanding of how we all deal with relationship, when or if things get serious. One of the biggest reasons why people break up is because of underlying family issues. This game can be played with either two people or an entire group, so have fun.
Question number 1. What is the one thing you wanted but didn't receive when you were young? Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad. What is the most annoying attribute about the opposite sex?
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend,
Candidate.
a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. It'll even tell you what's wrong with your sneaky link. If you and your sneaky link need to have a conversation, these are the cards.
And you can fix yourself and
And
figure out the why.
The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
They ain't gonna get
really
wore out. after you-
durable.
She studied her brothers when she was a child. That's what made her want to play football. She's thinking like, okay, maybe if I do this like they are doing, my dad will see me. And then she grows up and starts studying women.
Where I was like studying these women. I watched their videos of them having so I would try to imitate that.
And says, maybe if I do that, maybe he'll see me.
With the complexion of our daughter, because that was the type of woman that he would go after. And I'm not dark, like super dark skinned woman. And our daughter's like a little chocolate little princess. She has it, and I'm just like, how does she look like the women that he wants?
So right here, she feels in direct competition with her own daughter. You might look at this as something crazy, but a lot of women look at their daughters, regardless of what age they are. They could be little toddlers or they could be 17, 18. As competition. What she's saying is in no way exclusive to her. Some of y'all do the same things to your children without even realizing it.
Choose me. What is there about me? Choose me. What is there about me? Our daughter even has everything that you like search for, or at least preference in a woman.
When she says, choose me, what about me? The number one thing we all had to understand is maybe the person doesn't want to choose us, or the person just changed their mind and they no longer want you the way they used to. Men deal with this and women deal with this. Sometimes things just don't work out. We have to be okay with letting people and things go. We can't just be running around changing ourselves in hopes that somebody would want us in this new way we are. If they can't take us for who we are, and I'm not saying like weight gain or loss of a job or getting lazy, I'm saying as a person, you as your individual self, if this is who you are and the person doesn't want who you are, I'm not talking about weight, I'm not talking about money, I'm just saying you as an individual, if that's not what they want, you have to accept that and let that person go. In my opinion, Derrick Jaxn is just like a lot of you. She's not weird, she's not crazy. She's the typical traumatized woman that stayed with a man way too long. She was with this man for about 13 years, but guess what? Some of y'all stayed with a narcissistic man for 7 years, for 9 years, maybe 13 years, just like her. So we can't just look at her like she's this weird alien. No, in all honesty, a lot of y'all are just like her in a lot of ways. But what do we do about this? We first have to acknowledge our own issues instead of looking at somebody else, laughing at them or calling them crazy or calling them weird. Because at the end of the day, these people we see on TV and social media, they're normal, everyday people just like us. So what makes them different than us? Absolutely nothing. Are you inadvertently assimilating with other women in order to get the love or attention from men? What's the difference between you seeing women on social media or out in the world and walking and talking and dressing like them, knowing it's not really you, in order to get men's attention, and she's doing the same thing with one man? Ain't that the same thing? So let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do you think the things that Derrick Jaxn was doing for her father, acting like she was a tomboy in order to get her father's attention, and then later on almost doing the exact same thing for her husband? Are you acting like other women in order to get men to pay attention to you? Are you acting like other men in order to get women to pay attention to you? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I want to have a conversation about this.